friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to make a little snake bookmark. So this little snake bookmark is inspired by those beaded bracelets and beaded keychains we used to make as kids. You know the ones I'm talking about. Today, we're going to be doing it all in crochet. We're going to be doing some angles to make him slithery, and we're going to be using single crochet for this project. So let's talk about what you're going to need to make this little snake bookmark. First, you're going to need some yarn. I'm going to be using these green mercerized cottons, as well as a little bit of red for the tongue and the eyes. You'll also need a crochet hook. I'm going to be using a 3mm hook today. You'll also need some scissors, as well as a yarn needle to weave in your ends and to put the eyes on our snake. So gather your supplies and let's jump in. We're going to start this project with a slip knot. From here, chain 2. 1 and 2. Now we're going to do a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So there's the first chain and the second chain. We're going to do a single crochet. And that makes up the tip of the nose of our little snake. Now chain 1 and turn. I know it's a little bit weird at this point to chain 1 and turn on a row that has only 1 stitch, but just bear with me. Now in this stitch, this 1 single crochet we've got here, we're going to put in 2 single crochets. There's 1, and there's 2. And now chain 1, and then turn that short row. Now in this row, we're going to put 2 single crochets in the first stitch and 2 single crochets in the second stitch. So there's 1, there's 2, and now in that second stitch, there's 1, and there's 2. And now we'll chain 1 and turn. Now we've got 4 stitches in our short row. In this next row, we're just going to put 1 single crochet in each of those 4 stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then chain 1 and turn. Now in this next row, we're going to do 2 single crochets in the first stitch and 2 single crochets in the last stitch. Otherwise, single crochet 1 time in each stitch. So there's 1 and 2, and then we'll put 1 in the next stitch, 1 in the next stitch, and now in the last stitch, we'll put 2 single crochets. There's 1, and there's 2. Now we'll chain 1 and turn. Now we're going to have 6 stitches in the row. Now for the next 2 rows, we're just going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch. So we're going to have the next row, we'll just put 1 single crochet in each stitch, 6 stitches in the row. And here we are at the end of that row. I'll put my last one in and then chain 1 and turn. And now in this next row, same thing, 1 single crochet in each stitch across. Now at the end of this row, I'll chain 1 and turn. For this next row, we're going to put 2 single crochets in the first stitch and 2 single crochets in the last stitch. Otherwise, we're going to single crochet across. Here I am at the end of that second row of single crochets, and now we're going to start the following row with a chain 1 and turn. Let's just go through the rows again to see what we've done so far. So we had our first stitch, which was a chain 2. We had a row with just 1 single crochet. Then we put 2 stitches into that 1 single crochet for row number 2. Then we put 2 stitches in on each side of that 2-stitch row for row number 3. So we had 4 stitches in row number 3. Then row number 4 just had 1 stitch in each stitch. Row number 5, we put 2 stitches in the first stitch, 2 stitches in the last stitch. Row number 6, we put 1 stitch in each of the stitches. Row number 7, we put 1 stitch in each of the stitches. Row number 8, we put 2 stitches in the first, 2 stitches in the last. otherwise single crochet across. Row number 9, we put 2 stitches in the first, 2 stitches in the last, otherwise single crochet across. Then row number 10 and 11, we put 1 single crochet in each stitch across. So now we're on row number 12. For row number 12, we're going to start with a single crochet 2 together. So we're going to insert the hook and pull up a loop, insert the hook into the next stitch and pull up a loop, then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops in the hook. Then we're going to single crochet across until we have 2 stitches left in the row. And here we are with 2 stitches left in the row. I'm going to finish this row with a single crochet 2 together, the same stitch we did for the first stitch of the row. And then chain 1 and turn. For this next row, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to single crochet 2 together for the first stitch in the row and for the last stitches of the row, otherwise single crochet across. Here I am at the end of the row with just 2 stitches left in the row. I'm going to single crochet 2 together. Now chain 1 and turn. For the next row, just single crochet across. So this is row number 14, and then chain 1 and turn. For row number 15, we're going to single crochet 2 together for the first stitch and the last stitches of the row, otherwise single crochet across. So there's going to end up 4 stitches in your row at the end of row number 15. And there we go. Now you can see we've got our little snake head formed, and our row is now 4 stitches across. Can you see the snake head yet? Now for rows number 16 and 17, we're just going to single crochet across. So 4 stitches in the row, just single crochet across for rows number 16 and 17. For row number 18, we're going to start with a chain 1 and turn. Then in the first stitch of the row, we're going to single crochet 2 together. Now we're going to single crochet in the next stitch, and in our last stitch, we're going to put 2 single crochets. There's 1, and there's 2. And then chain 1 and turn. For row number 19, single crochet across. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now for row number 20, we'll start with the chain 1 and turn, and then for row 20, we're going to single crochet 2 together for the first stitch, then single crochet in the following stitch, and then in the last stitch of the row, put 2 single crochets. There's 1, and there's 2. And let me show you what this is doing. It's bringing an angle into our work. So by single crocheting 2 together, we're shrinking the row in this direction. And by adding 2 single crochets in the last stitch, we're expanding out this direction. And since we're doing it at the same rate, we're moving the crochet diagonally up to the left. Now, for row number 20, we'll start with a chain 1 and turn, and then we'll just single crochet across. Sorry, that was row number 21. Now, for row number 22, we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to start with a single crochet 2 together for the first stitch, then we'll single crochet in the following stitch, and then in the last stitch of the row, we will add 2 single crochets into that one stitch. Then chain 1 and turn. For row number 23, just single crochet across. Now for row number 24, we'll do the same thing. We'll single crochet 2 together for the first 2 stitches, then single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochets in the last stitch of the row. And for row number 25, single crochet across. Now at row number 26, we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to start the row with 2 single crochets in the first stitch. In the next stitch, we'll do 1 single crochet, and then in the last stitches, we will single crochet 2 together. And now for row number 27, we'll just single crochet across. At the end of each row, we're always doing a chain 1 and turn. Now for row number 28, we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to put 2 single crochets in the first stitch, single crochet into the next stitch, and then single crochet 2 together for the last stitch. Then chain 1 and turn, and for row number 29, we're just going to single crochet across. For row 30, we'll do the same thing, 2 single crochets in the first stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet 2 together for the last 2 stitches. And then for 31, just single crochet across. We're going to do this one more time for rows number 32 and 33. So for 32, we'll put 2 single crochets in the first stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet 2 together in the last stitch. Here I am at the end of row number 33, a row of single crochets. I'm going to chain 1 and turn. Now you can see what's going on. We've got this zigzag starting to happen. And now it's time for us to go back and put another zig or zag into this snake. So what that means is we're going to start row number 34 by single crocheting 2 together. Then we'll single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochets in the last stitch of the row. For row number 35, single crochet across. Then for row number 36, we're going to start by single crocheting the first 2 stitches together, single crochet in the second stitch, and then 2 single crochets in the last stitch of the row. For row number 37, just single crochet across. For row number 38, single crochet 2 together for the first 2 stitches, single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochets in the last stitch of the row. For row number 37, single crochet across. We're going to continue this repeat all the way up to row number 40. So we're doing these zigzags in sets of 4 increases and 4 decreases. So we've got 4 rows of straight across single crochet in between 4 rows where we do a decrease on one end and an increase on the other. I hope that makes sense, but I'll see you at the end of row number 40. Or rather, I'll see you at the end of row number 41, and that will be a single crochet row. Here I am coming up to the end of row number 41. Now we've got our head, our first zig, zag, zig, and we're gonna do one more zag in order to finish this snake off. So I'm gonna start with a chain 1 and then turn. For row number 42, since we want to bring the snake back this way, we're gonna start with 2 single crochets in the first stitch of the row. Then we'll single crochet into the following stitch, and then the last 2 stitches we'll single crochet 2 together. Now for row number 43, single crochet across. For row number 44, 46, and 48, we're going to do the exact same thing that we did for row number 42. For row number 43, 45, 47, and 49, we're going to single crochet across. I'm going to see you at the end of row number 49. Here I am at the end of row number 49. I'm going to do a chain 1 and turn. And now for row number 50 and 51, I'm just going to single crochet across. So no increases, no decreases, just single crochet across. And at the end of the row, I'll chain 1 and turn. Now we're in the part where we're going to be doing the tail. For row number 52, I'm going to begin with a single crochet 2 together. For the next stitch, I'll single crochet 1 time, and in the last stitch of the row, I will single crochet 1 time. We're not doing increases here. Then I'll chain 1 and turn. Now for the next 2 rows, so row number 53 and 54, we're going to single crochet across. There's 53 and there's 54. At this point, there are 3 stitches left in the row. For row number 55, I'll single crochet into the first stitch of the row, and then I'm going to single crochet 2 together for those last 2 stitches. And then chain 1 and turn. Now for rows number 56, 57, 58, and 59, we're just going to single crochet across. These are super short rows. There's only 2 stitches per row, so 1 single crochet per stitch all the way up to row number 59. Here I am after 59 rows. Now for row number 60, we're going to single crochet 2 together. And now our row is just 1 stitch long. We're going to chain 1 and turn, and then we're going to put a single crochet into that 1 stitch for row number 61, chain 1 and turn. For row number 62, we're going to put a single crochet into that 1 stitch, chain 1 and turn. And now for row number 63, we're just going to do a slip stitch through that single crochet stitch. And now for the next 3 chains, we're going to finish our row with 3 chain stitches, chain 1, chain 2, and chain 3. Now, we can trim the yarn, pull that last loop through, and this is the tail end of our little snake. But we're not done yet. First, let's weave in that tail, and we can weave in the tip. So we'll weave in both tails of yarn, and then we will get moving on to the tongue and the eyes. All right, now that my ends are woven in, let's get to working on the eyes. So I am going to make some X's for the eyes on my little snake here, just because it's simple, little cross stitch eyes. So I'm gonna thread my yarn needle. Please excuse the bird noises. I've tried to ask them not to scream, but they're feeling chatty. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do an X here and an X here. To start, I'm just gonna tie a little knot at the end of my yarn. Just a little knot. We don't want it to be visible when we're working, but we just want something to add a little catch to the end of the yarn. Then I'll trim the tail of that real short, and now we're gonna start working. I'm going to decide that right here is where I'm gonna start my eye. So I'm going to insert my yarn needle underneath a stitch right around this section. And then I'll come up right here. Actually, I think I'll come up, no, that's probably fine. And then I'll pull that tail through just until the knot catches. Then using the needle, I'm just going to push the knot underneath one stitch, not all the way through. I just want to hide it underneath a stitch. There we go, just like that. Now I'm gonna start my X. I'm gonna come down right around where we started. I'm gonna come down through the work, and then I'm going to come back up a couple of stitches over to create our first diagonal line. Actually, I think I should come up just one stitch over to make an X, like that. Then I'll come up diagonally across to crisscross those two lines. There we go. Now we've got a little X for an eye. Now I'm gonna come up across the work, through the work, and then I'll create a diagonal line down through one stitch. I'll come up through the work, one stitch up, and then diagonally down through the stitch again to create another X. I think these X's for eyes are just really cute. So you could go over your X's a couple of times if you want to make them thicker or if you want them to be more like a filling in the whole square. But I think the X itself is cute, so that's where I'm gonna leave it. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just sort of finish the stitch by catching just one side, one stitch on the other side, and then I'm going to just weave my end in between the tails to just sort of make it look a little bit more finished on this side. And there we go. Now that that's woven in, I'll just trim the end. That way it's got sort of just a flat finished look on the other side. And then we've got our little crisscross eyes on this side. So cute. Now it's time to do the tongue. I'm gonna insert the hook into the middle stitch at the tip of the nose, and then I have a piece of yarn that's about a foot long, and I'm just gonna pull a loop of that yarn through. Then I'll yarn over with both tails and pull a loop through. Now I'm gonna drop my needle so that I can pull that nice and tight. Now I'm gonna put the loop through as though I'm doing a chain, but I'm gonna pull it tight. So a regular chain with a crochet hook is not gonna get it quite this tight. I'm gonna put the loop through again, pulling it nice and tight, and one more time, pulling the loop through again, pulling it nice and tight. And there's our little tongue. And now I'm gonna pull the entire tail through, just like that. And now there's 2 strands of yarn left, which is perfect for the fork in our snake tongue. Now we can just trim those tails to your desired length, and our cute little snake has a forked red tongue. Now I'm gonna press this under my iron with a steam setting to flatten him out, and I'll be right back to show you how he looks. Ta-da! It's finished! The little snake bookmark. I think this is so frickin' cute. I mean, don't get me wrong, a simple bookmark is fine, but why have a simple bookmark when you could have a little slithery snake? This fits perfectly for a bullet journal sized book, a 6x8 journal. Look at this, just his little nose. You can't tell it's a snake, and then the little tip of his tail sticks out the bottom. Look how cute he is with his little X's for eyes. I am obsessed with this. Are you gonna make one of these? I think I'm gonna make 10 more. How many snake bookmarks does one person need? Oh my gosh, look how cute it is. So even though this was all done in single crochets, by using increase and decrease stitches, we were able to change the direction of the crochet to create that sort of zigzag pattern like a snake. It's super simple, real quick, but a great gift to go with a book. If you're giving someone a book as a gift, why not include a bookmark to just personalize it just that much more? Let me know what you think in the comments down below on this one. I think it turned out really cute. I'm honestly totally obsessed with this. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for supporting the channel. To those who are supporting this month, here is the list of supporters. Thank you guys so much. You rock. And also, if you want to show your support for the channel, check out the links in the description down below. Everything you need will be down there, all the different links. So check out the description box for that. And don't forget to leave a comment if you liked this one and what I should make into a bookmark next. Anyway, friends, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!